Hi, I'm Rochelle Gentile, president of the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra League. I'm here at the Dubuque Golf and Country Club, kicking off our virtual Soundbites series. Under normal circumstances, you'd be right here with me, enjoying a great lunch and a preview of the DSO's upcoming concert, and I'm sure you will be again soon. As you may know, the DSOL develops and administers projects, programs, and events that provide music education opportunities to folks of all ages, as well as financial support to the DSO and its youth ensemble programs. Each year, the League contributes support to youth education events and programs such as the 3rd and 5th grade Arts Trek concerts, the 4th grade Adopt a Musician program, the Youth Concerto competition, the Dubuque Symphony Youth Ensembles, and the Summer String Camp. Along with our many other endeavors is our Senior Classics program, now in its 9th year, providing performances by DSO musicians to entertain residents and their families at local nursing homes and assisted living centers. While the past year has looked a little different, we continue to focus our efforts on fundraising. We encourage and welcome you to join us in our 54th year of supporting the DSO. Please check out the DSO's website for more information about how you can get involved. We hope to see you soon, but before I go, I'd like to introduce our esteemed music director and conductor, Dr. William Intriligator.
Hello, and thank you to all of our friends at the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra League for always supporting and hosting our Soundbites luncheons. This is William Intriligator coming to you from the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra offices, and I want to welcome you to a new classics series of the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra. One of the highlights of this season, I think, will be our exploration of music by women composers all season long. And on our first classics concert at the end of February, these concerts will feature works by two women composers, Jessie Montgomery and Fanny Mendelssohn Hensel. Jessie Montgomery is a wonderful contemporary composer whose music was actually featured by the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra at our first classics concert last season. Her string quartet Strum really delighted audiences at that concert. Now we're going to perform a piece of hers for string orchestra, Starburst. And this piece is a wonderful, exciting way to start a concert. Written for just strings, it has an incredible amount of energy and musical colors, and incredible rhythmic vitality too. So Jessie Montgomery was raised in the 1980s in Manhattan on the, I think, Lower East Side, in an atmosphere of a lot of different music, different styles of music, different kinds of artists, different kinds of activism. And she had a classical training studying violin at Juilliard and other places, has advanced degrees from NYU and other places like that, and has really been focusing on composition lately. This piece was actually written specifically for an orchestra called the Sphinx Virtuosi, which is an orchestra made up of mostly alumni of the Sphinx competition, which is a competition for primarily string players, I believe, of Afro-American and Latino origin. So this organization, the Sphinx organization, was part of Jessie Montgomery's life for a long time. When they asked her to write this, I think she's actually currently composer in residence for the Sphinx organization. This piece was written in 2012, and the composer writes about it. This brief one-movement work for string orchestra is a play on imagery of rapidly changing musical colors. Exploding gestures are juxtaposed with gentle, fleeting melodies in an attempt to create a multi-dimensional soundscape. A common definition of a starburst, she writes, is the rapid formation of large numbers of new stars in a galaxy at a rate high enough to alter the structure of the galaxy significantly. So the creation of new stars really quickly that will actually alter the galaxy. And she goes on to write, this definition lends itself almost literally to the nature of the performing ensemble who premiered the work, the Sphinx Virtuosi, and I wrote this with their musical dynamic in mind. In other words, the string orchestra that premiered this piece, for whom she wrote this piece, was a combination of musical stars. They were all young, up-and-coming musical stars, graduates of the Sphinx organization, and they're the top Sphinx virtuosi. And in her imagination, they will go on to maybe alter the structure of the classical musical world with their, the rapidly emergence of these young musical stars. One of the things that I like about this piece is just the amazing rhythmic vitality that happens. I feel like the opening is a little bit of a kind of nod to the music from Bernard Herrmann's score to Psycho, the shower scene, but it's so different than that. It has a completely different kind of feel. It has that cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha of driving violins, but it's not in anger and it's not spooky and scary like the Psycho score. And then there's wonderful parts where the violas kind of lead the group and have this wild up and down kind of motif. And one of the things that the composer likes to explore is the different sound possibilities of the string instruments when they play closer to that little piece of wood that holds up the strings on the violins, violas, cellos, and basses, the bridge as it's called. So when the bow is normally played, it's maybe between an inch or two from the bridge. But when a composer writes to play closer to the bridge or on the bridge, it has a kind of steely, tinny, mysterious kind of effect. And so you'll hear that in this piece at times too. There's exciting rhythms throughout, little hints and glimpses of melodies, and at one point the music is a sort of gently rocking in a kind of calmer middle section, but then it pounds out again. It's going to be a great way to start this concert and a great way to start our year-long or season-long exploration of music by women composers. It's so great that we're performing music by a living composer, a woman composer, an African-American composer. And we feel strongly that, Jessie Montgomery's music is such an important new addition to the classical music canon. Her music is being performed by major orchestras all over the country and around the world. She is really a star herself. And so I'm excited for us to perform her Starburst for you.